Welcome back. Before we get started on today's topic, I want to tell you that I have a scheduled interview with Nancy Needham. She is a reporter with the Thousand Oaks Acorn newspaper, whose work is considered by many to be objective and fair. I am a big fan of her work, and I am particularly interested in the Acorn readership response. You see, Acorn readers are celebrated letter to the editor writers. So I'm kind of interested in their response to my interview. And I'll just leave it at that. Keep your eye out for that article. Today's topic is about accountability. It's the first of the 7 steps that I've listed that we must take for a better Thousand Oaks tomorrow. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Todd Press, and I am running to serve as your representative on the Thousand Oaks City Council 2010. My decision to run for the voter-appointed seat of Thousand Oaks City Council is the result of the political, social, and economic frustration that is within all of us. Like you, I'm disappointed in incumbent career politicians who operate as if without accountability. On the federal and state level, there are career incumbent politicians making decisions in apparent disregard to the people's will. Ironically, their excuse for ignoring the people's will is that they claim to be doing what is in the best interest of the people. On our local level, when you take the time to read the letters submitted to the local newspapers, you can hear the voters' disappointment and frustration with our incumbent city council. I've said this before and I'll say it again. This November 2010 midterm elections are about our city's future, and they're not about the past. This election is about taking positive steps to a better Thousand Oaks tomorrow. So why include accountability as one of the necessary steps? Because accountability is what the people want and need in their city council leadership. True leadership requires accountability. Voters ask me how I define accountability, so that's what we're here for. Absent a specific context, accountability is difficult to define. For example, Wikipedia defines accountability as a concept in ethics and governance with several meanings. Well, that's ambiguous. The dictionary defines accountability as a responsibility. Well, that's just too weak. Accountability in the context of politics today must go beyond the traditional mindset of staying within the guidelines of professional conduct. My definition of accountability, in my mind, is defined within the context of political fiduciary relationship with the voters and the people. I define accountability as a moral and legal obligation to do what is in the best interest of the people as a whole. In other words, it's not enough to be compliant with legally defined requirements of accountability and rules of professional conduct. It's not enough to be responsible. Political accountability is an ethical duty to serve the best interests of the people. For example, you've heard this story. Last month in the city of Bell, one of the poorest cities in LA County, pays its top officials some $800,000 a year. The Bell City Chief Administrative Officer is a gentleman named Robert Rizzo. He gets an annual salary of over $787,000 a year. Rizzo, who has run Bell City's day-to-day civic operations since 1993, that's 17 years. Rizzo is unapologetic about giving himself this excessive pay raise. His defense is that everything he did was it by the book and within compliance, within the guidelines of the rules. Someone that is accountable is trustworthy based on the objective evidence of the fact. And that's why I say that accountability and public disclosure work hand in hand. They're two sides to the same coin. I'll leave you with this thought. My goal is a simple one: to do what is in the best interest of the voters of Thousand Oaks. That's the only goal that matters. I'm making myself available to the people of Thousand Oaks. Over the next 8 weeks, I'm in different locations throughout Thousand Oaks, speaking with the people, answering their questions, and talking to them and listening to them. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, my website. Stay in touch. Let's get to know one another. Let's work for a better Thousand Oaks tomorrow. My name is Todd Press. Thank you. God bless you. And tell a friend to vote for me.